This is FTH 223 hammer fired week 1 assignment, 20 August 2024. My name is Jed Bigler. First and foremost, I need to apologize for my appearance and everything. I did just have emergency surgery on Sunday and this assignment is late. However, this is week 1 for FTH 223 hammer fired pistols. So for this assignment, there was a few things to it. Really, it was just a bunch of internet searches and showing you the internet searches. And we're specifically talking about the 6-hour P226 or P226 model, and it comes in a 40 Smith & Wesson 357 or 9mm. So the things that we're going to talk about, we're going to visit four web pages. We're going to go to Brownells, we're going to go to Midway USA, Midwest Gun Works, and then Numerics or gunpartcore.com. We're going to be looking to see if we can find schematics, or which one of those has schematics on it, which of them just has parts and everything. And then we're going to specifically look up, for the 6-hour 226 platform, we're going to be looking up extractors, ejectors, hammers, fire pins, and mainsprings. We're going to see the availability, how expensive these parts are, and if I said availability, but if they're available, if they're out of stock, how easy or how hard is it to get these parts. And then we'll talk about my thoughts on having multiple suppliers or one supplier, and how important I feel that is as a gunsmith or a gun shop to have for jobs that are pending or upcoming or on the table. So I wasn't able to actually get Midway USA up on the Safari webpage, but I was able to on the Opera app or internet search to come up. And on this, I wasn't able to find schematics, but I was. I can find a working mat that has a schematic of guns that I want to do, but as far as individual schematics to look at, no, I wasn't able to. However, I was able to find most of the parts that we're talking about here on Midway USA. Here on Midway, I was able to find ejector, firing pin, extractor, and hammer. They're ranging very good in price to everybody else. We're able to find what we were needing with that, except for schematics. So taking that apart and going over here to Safari, we do have Brownells was a pretty good place. It shows a lot of parts and everything, specifically because you've asked us about the 6-hour P226. I looked those parts up. I wasn't able to find a schematic on here as far as that goes, but also just like Midway USA, I was able to find mats, working mats that would have a schematic and everything on it, but no. But as far as parts go for Brownells, I was able to find the mainspring, ejector, hammer, firing pin. The extractor I wasn't able to. The ejector looked to be unavailable. But just individual parts and everything. You can see that everything has a good price on it here. And then we come over to, this is what I found with Midway USA. It never loaded. So, but with Midwest Guns and everything, yes, right here is a schematic. Prime example, we were able to find a schematic right here, specifically for the P226 6-hour. And then with that, we were able to find all the parts with this. And, we were able to find hammers that were similar price to the other places. Mainsprings, I think this was the least amount for the mainspring that I found. And it was $6.99. The ejector, the extractor, and the firing pins, they're all the same price ranges. Everything else, they vary within $5-6. And then as far as numerics go, or the gunpartscore.com, You know, we can find the schematic on each of the guns, and then it rolls down, and you can specifically see. Let me grab a scribe. Each one of these has a number to it. These are your individual parts right here. You have your barrel, you have your magazine spring, your follower, your actual pistol in itself, hand grips, all the springs, everything. And they all correlate with numbers over here. So you can see that we have main springs, but each one of these is correlated with a number, right? So, and each one of these numbers over here that is actually over here, they do have for sale. That's just an extractor in an example. Oh, well, here we go. It'll load and everything, but you can see that you can start buying new, you can buy used. Some of them are blued, some of them are chromed, but individual parts and everything. But that's an example of web searches and everything. All right, so with all that, I've showed you the web pages and everything, how kind of simple it was to search for everything. You can see the parts when you go on there. You can get used, you can get new, you can get high-end stuff, you can get low-end stuff, and some stuff is unavailable. And when you find it unavailable at one place, you might find it unavailable at other places, and you're gonna really have to dig. I didn't really find anything too difficult to find as far as the P226 goes, the Sig Sauer. Everything seemed to be available. If it wasn't on Brownells, it was on Numerix. If it wasn't, and there was the four web pages, but if I couldn't find it on one, I did find it on others. So and yes, they are quality parts. They're not just going to be trash. Finally, the final part of this is, what are my thoughts about having multiple suppliers for a gun shop in itself? I think it's a really good idea. So as far as guns go, as far as gunsmithing, as far as pistol smithing and everything, I think it's very important to have multiple suppliers, a huge supply chain. It is important to have multiple suppliers. It is important to know who's going to get it to you faster. Will Brownell send it out the next day, or is Numerix going to send it out the very next day? Again, my name is Jedediah Bigler. I'm a student here at Sonoran Desert Institute. This is FTH 223 hammer-fired pistols. This is week 1. I do apologize for it being late. However, like I told you, I did have emergency surgery on Sunday. They took my gallbladder, and I'm recovering. Thank you. Bye.